Hey everyone, happy Friday and welcome to another Facebook Live on Friday. I hope everyone had a good week and has been productive and fun and enjoyable and are ready for a weekend. We are here in New Hampshire. I don't know if you can really see out the windows behind me, but it is snowing. So yes, it is April 16th and snowing here in New Hampshire. Um, so there's always a risk of snow into the springtime here in New Hampshire. So we got our typical springtime snow today. Hopefully this is the last time. Looks like the weather is supposed to warm up again this weekend and next week, so I'm hoping this is the last one. Anyways, I hope it's beautiful where you're at and enjoying the springtime weather. Today, I want to talk a little bit about something that my coach kind of brought up to me and has instilled in me, as well as something I've just been thinking about over the past week or so with discussions with various clients and whatnot. And that is the idea of focusing on your goal and more specifically, keeping the goal the goal. This is something that my coach, Dr. Martin Nelson, says to me all the time, and I hear him preach a lot. And it's actually something that he took from Dan John, another very famous coach, which Dan's original quote was, "The goal is to keep the goal the goal." And basically, what he's referring to is staying focused on your goal, right? Having one goal and making that the priority, and not one trying to have like a million different goals. It's fine to have various different goals at any given time. I may have a short-term goal, I may have a long-term goal, etc., etc. But there's going to be one overarching goal that I think you should have, and you should focus on that, especially when it comes to things like health and wellness and fitness and nutrition and stuff like that. Because trying to oftentimes you might say, "Oh, I want to, lose all this body fat, and I want to, try and deadlift 500 pounds." Right? Those are both great goals, but trying to do them both at one time is probably going to be pretty hard to do, and eventually, probably you're going to actually accomplish neither of them. And so it's great to have a goal, and have multiple goals. But it's always best to put all your energy and your effort into one goal at a time, as it makes it much more likely for you to succeed and to accomplish that goal. And just as an example, I had mentioned last week that I was going to do my first race in over a year last weekend, and actually one of my personal goals that I set back in 2019 was to qualify for the obstacle course racing world championships. And once in 2019, they announced that they were going to host the obstacle course racing world championships in Straton, Vermont, which is less than 2 hours from my house. So it's probably kind of like a once in a lifetime opportunity for me to be able to kind of just very easily get to obstacle course world championships. I have no idea if it'll ever come back up to my area or not. And I wanted to race there, and I wanted to say that I raced with amongst the best athletes in the entire world. Um, you know, I had no dreams of doing anything spectacular at the obstacle course world championships, but I wanted to at least say I qualified and that I raced there. So in 2019, I decided that that was going to be my goal for 2020. And obviously, in 2020, a lot of that changed with COVID-19, and many of the obstacle course races got canceled, and ultimately the obstacle course racing world championships was canceled in 2020 and moved to 2021. Again, still hosted here in Straton, or in Vermont, in Straton. And so it's been over more than a year that I have had this goal, and I finally accomplished that goal, or was given the opportunity to accomplish that goal uh, last week when I raced, and I managed to finish fourth in my age group, which would qualify me for the obstacle course world championships. Now, they've removed the qualification requirement for obstacle course world championships because of the various cancellations still going on of different races, qualifying races, leading up to September when they're holding the world championships. But nonetheless, if the qualification standards were still there, I would have qualified. So I want to say that I accomplished my goal. But what the point of that story is not to say that, oh, look at me, I qualified for the obstacle world championships. Is more to show that what happens when you keep the goal, right? My goal has been the same for pretty much a year and a half at this point, and I didn't change it. I didn't say, oh, obstacle course world championships got canceled. Let me change my goal to being, deadlifting 500 pounds, right? That never changed my goal. I said I still wanted to do this, and I still wanted to keep it the same, and I kept my eye on the prize, and I put all my training and my nutrition and my recovery was all built around ultimately culminating in that goal. And of course, I did other things along the way, right? I've PR'd on various different lifts. I've PR'd on my 2K time in the rower. I've put on a lot of lean mass, but ultimately all of that stuff is just building up to my number one goal of being ready when it came to race and to put in my best effort and to qualify. And that's what I did, right? And so I see a lot of people kind of wane on their goals as time goes on because they don't get to accomplish them, or it's taking too long to get there, or some other new shiny object comes up and they get sidetracked by this other new shiny thing. So originally the goal was fat loss, but I really I'm fat loss, and maybe I'm doing keto to get there, and then this other diet, carnivore, came up, and that looks really cool, so I'm going to switch from keto to carnivore and still try to get my fat loss goal. Or now I also want to get this fat loss goal and improve my sleep at the same time, and they start to branch out into all these different things and switch things up and switch strategies and switch modalities of how they're going to get there because they're not getting results as fast as they think they are. And in reality, it's really just about sitting down and telling yourself that I'm going to try this, I'm going to give it my best effort, and I'm going to be very patient about it. I'm going to be very methodical about it. I'm going to be relentless about being consistent about it. I'm going to give myself not just a month or 3 months. I'm going to give myself a year, a solid year of putting effort into this goal and trying to accomplish it before I think about maybe switching things up or changing modalities and stuff like that. I'm not saying that ultimately you can't change your goal. I'm not saying that ultimately you can't change different approaches to accomplishing that goal. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that a lot of times people don't give modalities or the goal its fair shake, enough time to play out, right? We're very impatient. We want results now. We don't want to wait for results. And when it comes to health and wellness goals, oftentimes these things take months, if not longer, years to actually get results and see them. And along the ways, along the path to getting and accomplishing a goal, there's going to be lots of challenges. You might get injured if you have some type of fitness goal. You might plateau in your weight loss journey. You might take a few, you might have vacations where you go off and you don't exercise and you're not eating right and blah blah blah. And so there's all kinds, life happens. Things like COVID happens, right? Where that prevented me from even having the opportunity to accomplish my goal. I was taken out of my hands. I didn't have, it was out of my control. I couldn't control it. And so these things are going to happen, and it just requires sitting down and saying, okay, do I still really want to accomplish this goal? Yes. Am I willing to wait, you know, a little while longer to give it more time to get there? And I think if the goal is important enough to you, the answer should always be yes, right? The goal was important enough to me that I wanted to qualify and race in obstacle horse world championships. I was willing to wait a whole year to get the opportunity to do that. Yeah, it's, when you set a goal, keep the goal, right? Give it its fair shot, give it time, um, invest in just some patience and mindfulness, and there's going to be, understand there will be rough patches, there will be challenges along the way, but don't give up, don't switch things up, don't think that what you're doing is not working, because as long as you're putting in the effort and you're trying and you're making some kind of progress towards that goal, whether it's a progress in the way of a setback, right? Because you messed something up, you injured yourself, or you went on some kind of quote unquote binge for 2 weeks, or whatever it might be. You still learn something. You can take something away from that. You can take something away from, well, how did I get injured? What did I do? What could I do to be better and not get injured next time? Or, why did I spend 2 weeks eating like a buffoon when my goal is to, get my blood sugar in line or whatever, get my weight under control? What can I do next time to not do that? How can I avoid that problem next time? And so you're always learning something, even from a setback, right? Those are the best opportunities to learn and make progress moving forward. So don't just give up. Don't just switch the goal. Don't just try and do 8 different things at once. Focus on one thing and keep with it and give it its fair shot and stick with it. So that's just what I want to talk about this week. Hope that made sense. I hope it's something that people can relate to. I think it's an important thing to keep in mind. I always kind of go back to that saying when I'm considering my own goals and talking to clients about their goals as well. So keep the goal. That's the goal. And if you have any thoughts or feedback on that, or have any comments or suggestions or anything like that, please leave a comment below. I'm happy to talk more about it and hear other people's approaches to accomplishing their goals and keeping the goal a goal. If you want to get all this content that I put out on a weekly basis delivered to your inbox without having to watch out for social media, please go to my website, rjbhealth.coach, and right at the top there's a link to the newsletter. Click that and you can enter your email address, and I'll email you all the great free content that I send out on a weekly basis. So make it very easy to consume. And if you are interested in coaching, I'm kind of full right now. I have a full load of clients, but if you want to jump on the waiting list, again, you can go to my website, rjbhealth.coach, and fill the link at the button at the top to schedule a discovery call, and fill out the form, and that will get you on the waiting list. And when I have a spot that opens up, you're more than welcome to jump on board, and we can talk more then. And if you have got any questions at all, or just want some advice or anything like that, please direct message me, or get in contact with me one way or another. I'm always happy to talk. With that, I hope everyone has a good weekend and a good week next week, and I'll talk to you next Friday.